Ramir Boulder is back, nagbabalik po. Ano? Ay ito po ang maingay na balita ngayon, ano? Lalo pong gumugulo ang bansang Iran dahil nga sa kanilang pagbagsak ng currency. Umaabot po ng libo-libo ang palitan ng isang real sa dolyar, no? Kaya nga po nagpro-protesta ang ang mamamayan ng bansang Iran, ano? Ito po ang balita ngayon, ano? Oh. Napaka ano po ng kaguluhan doon sa Iran dahil nga sa lalong gumugulo ang kanilang gobyerno, hindi po makontrol ng gobyerno ni Khamenei. At may mga balita na medyo binabaril yung mga protester, no? Sa kanilang pagpro-protesta ay marami po ang nasasawi dahil nga yung iba sa kanila binabaril ng mga IRGC, itong mga sundalo na sundalo nitong Ayatollah Khamenei na to. Pero hindi to magtatagal at ito'y babagsak rin ang kanilang gobyerno, ano? Iran protests get aggressive. Abdanan demonstrator voice anti-establishment slogan. Ito po ang mga pangyayari, no? Medyo i-forward po natin kasi nga mayroon pong music. Baka tayo'y makopyright.
Day come into the streets to take part in riots, or lead them, or support them, or assist them, in light of this explicit declaration of position by the criminal Zionist regime, and likewise by the criminal President of the United States, and the issues they raised, that if anyone comes into the streets for riots, or to create insecurity, or supports them, then no excuse remains for them. The matter has become very clear and transparent. They are now operating in line with the enemies of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Yan.
Protest is different from rioting. In fact, we have a duty to provide security and ensure safety for those who have legitimate and lawful protests. We reassure our dear people and promise that we will confront the rioters to the very last person. We will deal with those who stand behind them to the very last individual and ensure and establish security alongside the judiciary, our colleagues in the security fields, for the people with the cooperation of the people.
Well, the international community is currently walking a tightrope between vocal support for the Iranian people and the very real risk of the regional war. As of January 8, 2026, the whole response has split into two distinct camps: the aggressive red lines of the US and the Israel, and the cautious diplomacy of the United Nations and Europe. The US and Israel locked and loaded. The most striking shift today is the abandonment of traditional diplomatic strategies patient by the United States. The rescue threats following report of the live fire used against the protesters and Tehran's Grand Bazaar. President Donald Trump posted on social media that if the regime violently kills peaceful protesters, the US will come to their rescue, adding the warning, "We are locked and loaded and ready to go. The Venezuelan president expert note that this threat is being taken seriously because of the recent US military action in Venezuela. Earlier this month, the Iranian regime is reportedly on edge, fearing that any major escalation could trigger a repeat of the June 2025 12-day war that previously crippled their air defense. Israel's stance, Prime Minister Netanyahu has placed the IDF in a full war readiness, warning that if Iran attempts to distract from internal unrest by attacking Israel via its remaining proxies, the response will be final, according to Prime Minister Netanyahu. The United Nations, as a plea for de-escalation, the UN is attempting to prevent the international uprising from turning into an international conflict. Secretary General Appeal Antonio Guterres stated today that he is deeply saddened by the loss of life, currently estimated at 36 deaths. He has called on Tehran to uphold the right to peaceful assembly and urged all regional actors to retain from action that could heighten tension. Human rights pressure. The United Nations is currently investigating report of security forces raiding hospitals to arrest wounded protester. A move to the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights called a grave violation of international law. The European Union, the middle way, wrestle in maintaining a hope traditional diplomatic tone, though it is noticeably firmer than in 2022. Economic leverage. The European Union has warned that any massive crackdown will result in the immediate snapback of all remaining grades, ties, and the blacklisting of the entire RRGC, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, as of terrorist organization across all member states. Dialogue over intervention. Unlike the US, the EU is publicly urging President Masoud Pezeshkian to engage in inclusive dialogue with the protesters rather than relying on the decisive response called for the country, headline judiciary chief. Regional anarchy. To the east and west of Iran, the response is more kinetic. The Baloch insurgency anti-regime groups Sist, Sistan and Balochistan have warned they will respond to every bullet fired by the regime with their own attack on security forces, effectively turning the uprising into a multi-front conflict. Rumors of proxies. There are unconfirmed reports of the Iranian-backed Iraqi militias being moved towards the border to help the regime contain the protest, to a move that would significantly escalate tension with U.S. forces still stationed in Iraq. Conclusion. The international community is no longer just watching. The US and the Israel are actively positioning themselves as a security guaranteed for the protester, while the United Nations and the EU are desperately trying to keep the situation from exploding into a global energy and military crisis. Well, That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ramiro Boulder. Also to my Facebook page, Ramiro Boulder. Thank you.